Hey, welcome back to another episode of Legendary Sports Podcast. I am Jared Michelson and my boy.
I'm Antoine Beeks.
Yup.
Let,
So,
let me pull my diamonds out.
oh snap, this dude living the high life. You're about to get his. You better not let Michael Crabtree come find you. Get that,
Hey, right,
or not
right.
Michael Crabtree. Let
I keep to leave.
keep to
I
leave come
keep to
at you,
leave.
Michael Crabtree.
Yeah.
Look
Hey,
at
look,
that.
look, look. I want to start the show off a little different. How'd you do this weekend?
Uh, not bad actually. 2-3. Not 2-3.
So
Yeah,
you won. You won. I just want to know if you won. Did you win in the two leagues we're in?
One of them. Yeah, the standard league, the $100 league, I won finally. So wasn't pretty, but I won. So
So
that's what
you're
I needed.
two.
I needed to stay alive. So that's what worked.
So you're 2-2 right now.
No, 1-3, 1-3 in that league. I'm 1-3, 1-3, 4-0 in the league, 2-2, and 2-2. 5. Yep.
Oh.
So, oh no, I think I no. Actually, I'm also 1-3. So, yeesh, yeesh.
Ugh.
But I had a very fortunate events this weekend. So I had Seattle's defense where I was losing to my fiance and I was getting crushed by like 16 points. Well, they put up 27 points in the league that we're in. And thanks Seattle's defense. More so, thank you, Daniel Jones and the New York Giants for being the possibly the worst team in the NFL this year.
Yep. So whenever you're ready to trade me Saquon, we could talk about that.
Yeah, you got to give me a lot for him. Yeah.
Hey, he's not gonna do much when he come back. When
Well,
he comes back, I hear there's talk
if that's
about
the
him
risk you
actually.
want to take, hey, that's the risk you want to take. You pay the high price for that risk reward.
I hear there's a risk, or not a risk. I hear there's some talk about him possibly trying to sit out more just because of his contract stuff, and they aren't winning.
Yeah, well, that's
So
fair, and he's getting hurt, so maybe they'll trade him. Then let's see a good Saquon.
there'll be something to look out for.
Send
So
them to someone competitive. So, anywho, what you got for me, man? What you got for the you want to hit hotter? Oh, let's talk about your. Let's do yours real quick before we do hotter knots here.
oh man, I'm on fire right now, man. I'm on fire. I'm 2-2 in two leagues, and I'm 4-0 in one league and 3-1 in two others. The two we're in, I'm 3-1. I'm 4-0 in a little $50 league, and then 2-2 in the two biggest money leagues that I'm in. So we'll we'll,
Wow,
we'll
you're the
figure it
opposite
we'll
side of
figure it
me.
out, man. We're figuring it out.
Yep, you're the opposite side of me. I keep getting people putting up their best against me, so I don't get it. One guy averages probably 100 a game, put up 140 against me. I put up a respectable 120, but didn't matter against 140. So
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah, yeah.
So whatever. My team's up there. My team's up there for points in every league. That's what's obnoxious. I just get the people that just excel to their maximum. I had one guy
Don't
put
you
up.
hate don't you hate it when it's like when it's just like if I played anybody else in the league, I
Yeah,
would
I'd
have
be
won. But
happy.
because I played you,
Yeah, let me play this other loser that put up 80 points. Like, sheesh, let me
yeah,
play that guy. I'll play that dude. But no, I get stuck with the 140, 150, 160 people. Oh man.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
whatever. I ain't gonna complain. Now let's get into the hot or nots. We gotta move on schedule. So let's go to the hot or nots here, man.
Man, hot or not, man, hot or not. I
I
got your
got
boy
one.
Nick. I got Nico Collins. Go
Nah,
ahead.
that was nah,
I know who you're gonna say.
that was who I was
I
gonna say. But oh, hold on, I gotta fix my mic here.
I got my boy Nico Collins, man. Nico Collins balled out last week. Um, it was a sight to see after him not being so hot over the last couple weeks. But Nico Collins, he balled, man. Um, and like I said, it was a sight to see. Nico Collins had 7 for 168 and two TDs, and the boy was on fire.
Oh yeah, I
So
agree.
I'm just looking for right now when CJ Stroud is able to get Nico Collins and Tank Dell going at the same time. So
Yeah,
Besides,
we'll see if they can get to that level where they can actually sustain multiple. Now he'll be elite when he can sustain 2,000-yard receivers. That's when we'll be like, all right, CJ Stroud is for real. So
man, another hot person right now, man. He's been playing good all season. He's just been playing good. But he caught fire last week, and that's my boy Isaiah Pacheco, 20 carries for
yeah, he went
115 and a
off.
TD. And he also had 3 receptions for 43 yards. This dude was killing it this past weekend. And he's also, man, he's running the ball hard, and he's also becoming one of those safety valves for Patty Mahomes, man. I'm liking to see him being able to catch the ball. He's turning into a 3-down back. There, I'm seeing less of Jerick McKinnon, which is good.
Yeah, Jerick McKinnon's just there on some of the passing down work. So yeah, I agree with Pacheco. Some people who are probably big names that are already hot that you probably already know. Diggs went ham this week. That was I'm only saying that because he's the reason that do put up 140. So
Diggs did go ham, man, but
yeah,
like you said, he's a guy already.
yeah. So staying on some people. Someone who is hot that is quietly hot, doing hold their own is actually Garrett Wilson. He's actually holding his own with a terrible situation. I mean, his last few fantasy games, if we're talking PPR, 15, 9.8, 16, and 14. So even with Zach Wilson out there, he's not completely killing you.
He's not, but people was expecting him more to be on the 20 plus side,
But that's my point is
looking to
everybody,
float
but once
around
the
that
injury
20
came in,
plus
everybody
side.
expected him to be less than, like 10 points a game, right? So for him to have that is kind of surprising. Now, I wouldn't say that's catching fire or anything like the next person, Justin Fields, who's going to start turning up from here on out. This is the Fields we've been waiting for.
He couldn't even close the deal. That's how much he stinks.
Yeah, neither could his defense, so that's how much the team stinks. But that's not.
He had 28 points on the board and couldn't score anymore.
Yeah, well, the defense shut them out for a long Denver for a long time and let them put up 31. So Justin Fields doesn't play defense.
He couldn't move the chains, man. He couldn't move the
Yeah,
chains.
and so does Denver on the Chicago defense. So we can go about that all day.
Hey,
uh,
you want to talk about defenses? You want to talk about defense? I want to talk about the Dallas Cowboys, man. They balled out on
again,
defense, man. Hot defense. There you go.
yeah, that's
Two
a
defensive touchdowns, one fumble force, one fumble recovery, two interceptions, two sacks, man. And did they killed.
yeah.
They killed it this past weekend
Oh
versus New
yeah,
England, man.
you
They
know.
had they
Go
had
ahead.
your boy over there looking like they was finna they had Bill Belichick look like he was finna sub in Bailey Zappi again.
Mm. I mean, jeez, they man, I don't know what to think of the deep. I mean, they've played some pretty whack squads because they have torched some people. But hey, man, you can't. They're doing what they're supposed to do against bad competition. So that is what it is. Someone else who was hot, just going in real quick. Alvin Kamara came in sizzling with was it 13 catches or whatever it is on 14 targets. Now again, there was only 33 yards here, but when we're talking PPR, Jiminy Christmas, when you're talking 13 points on just dump offs,
Yeah,
wow.
I would like to see him turn that into some more
Oh,
yak,
for
right?
sure.
And then we'd be talking a whole different
But if
story.
he
We'd be
but if he
talking
even
about
averages half that, like if their car's gonna dump off, what you did with Josh Jacobs too. So if he's gonna dump off, and that's gonna be his thing to be because he's a check down Charlie all day. That means Kamara's gonna get work, man. It'll be better outings than this. So especially on his first game back, and Carr having an injury, I'll take that. So it's gonna get to me better for Kamara from there.
so man, I'm going to some people who just don't get a lot of love, man. And I'm going with the kicker from the Eagles, Jake Elliott, man. This dude balled out. 150 plus yarder, two from 45. right? 1 from 30 and 2 extra points. Like the dude just went ham this weekend, man. That is, altogether, he put up six. No, yep, he put up 6 field goals altogether. Not 3-point field goals, but
Mhm.
the 2 extra point, including
Yeah,
the 2 extra points, he put that thing through the upright 6 times. Shout out to Jake Elliott, man.
yeah. And then another player who's staying hot too, Achan. Achan is staying cooking.
Achan was cooking
Staying
despite
cooking.
despite things getting bad and ugly for the Miami Dolphins fast. He cooked.
Yeah, he
He
still got
cooked.
his, man. He looked fast, explosive, elusive against a pretty good defense in the Bills. Like, sheesh. He was out there, man, turning people, moving, not breaking tackles, and still going after contact. Like, it was crazy. So, yeah.
Yeah, it was good to see, man. It was
Yep.
good to see. Um, that was yeah. I was just like, ooh.
Yeah. Yep.
But another one who set a record, man, who set a rookie record for most catches in the first 4 games is Puka Nakua.
Still
This
staying hot.
dude has been balling. He has been balling, man. 9 for 163 and a TD. Like, doesn't get any better than that. This dude is like top 5 wide receiver status right now, and he
Yeah.
only been in the league for 4 games.
Yep.
Only been in the league for
He's
four
only like
games.
22 or 23 or something like that. Some craziness. So, yeah.
And then one more quick shout out, man. Somebody who just came off the map is your boy DJ Moore. I wasn't expecting it. I will give you your flowers and tell you that you were right. Josh Fields and DJ Moore had a good week.
Yep.
It still remains to be seen. I still think Josh Fields stink,
Justin
and we
Fields.
will see. See, look, I can't even get his
You
name
can't
right.
get
He
anyone give us
stinks.
his name right. The
He
disrespect.
stinks.
The disrespect.
So hey man, some people on the not list though, man, is Raheem Mostert, man. Raheem Mostert
Yeah.
just didn't do much with his carries this week. He wasn't really out there looking like Raheem Mostert. And I'm starting to wonder if Devon Achan is over here about to take this job away
Mhm.
from Raheem Mostert. How do you
Yeah.
feel?
Oh, it's gonna take it. I think it's gonna stay that way now. I think that they know Mostert's a good back and very fast speed, but he's 31, and they know that they gotta get that youth and use the explosiveness where they can, and then they can still use Mostert as a fast change of pace person who can still take off and hit a home run when he needs to. So they have the weapons, but why wear out the guy that's 31 when you can wear out the guy that's 22? You know what I'm saying?
Man, I'm
So
wondering where's Jeff Wilson.
I just think he'll just be there in case of injury. I just think he's gonna be the guy that's gonna hang out until somebody goes down, and he'll become the instant number two. But he's gonna be the way that they played. They're gonna push him down the depth chart even more, and they don't really need him. What do they need him for?
I was excited to see Mostert and Jeff Wilson, but I guess Jeff Wilson just is just there just to be there.
Rookies are taking over right now. This is what's
Yeah,
going
they
down.
are, man.
A
So
loser, I shouldn't say a loser, but a dudish for me is T. Higgins. Now I know he left hurt, but because he's on an offense that's so inept right now, like he's an instant loser. There's nothing to come from that offense. Joe Burrow's another one. Like, what are we
I was
doing
just gonna
here?
say, just the whole offense, man. The whole
All of
offense
it,
looks a shell of themselves.
all of it. Mixon was the lone bright spot. And he was a low star at that. So the Bengals, the Bengals.
There
Period.
you go. Well,
I got one more. I don't know what to think about Ramondre Stevenson. He started off decent earlier in the year, basically getting, but not from a running standpoint, but he got some reception work and stuff like that. But he's totally created with this offense. For somebody who took in the second and third round and what he's been giving you, and someone who I hyped up a lot, so I have to eat my crow on this. It's not looking good right now.
he's just in a bad situation.
Yep.
Uh, what's the quarterback for them?
Mac Jones.
Mac Jones is on
Yeah.
his third offensive coordinator from a coordinator who was a DC and then a special teams coordinator, and then now he's someone's OC, and it's just like golly, help the guy out. Give him some
Yep.
consistency so that he's able to throw the ball. Give him some weapons so that he's able to throw it to someone. And then I think the run game opens up. I think they're just so far behind in every game that it's hard to get Ramondre Stevens going.
Yep.
And it just is what it is, man. I feel bad for the whole Patriots offense, man. So, but
Yeah.
someone who kind of came out lighting the league on fire and we was all excited to see this guy, it's just been a no-show over the last couple weeks, and that's Calvin Ridley, man.
Yeah.
I'm wondering what's going on down there in Jacksonville, Florida, because Calvin Ridley is not the guy we expected him to be. We thought that he was going to be a guy, and he's just not been being a guy.
Yep, I agree. It's someone who I hyped up and I like, and I think they'll get it figured out. But right now, I agree with you. To this point, he's not been what we were hoping or expecting, and neither is Trevor Lawrence. Right? Again, that's another one of those one where it's kind of a mystery. Like what happened? Did they get figured out that easily? I don't get it. I don't think that Doug Pearson's that inept of a coach winning a Super Bowl, so I don't understand. But
Yeah, me neither.
yep.
And so if we're still sticking with receivers, I'm going with Tank Dell, also a no-show. And I don't know if that's CJ Stroud just, picking my turn, your turn ball, or if
I think so.
Tank Dell wasn't a no-show. I think he got to figure out how to spread the ball around to
Yeah.
these guys.
Well, one worse than that for me is Jordan Addison with a goose egg. I mean, a goose egg. You
Yeah,
went,
I seen that one.
yes, you went 4 quarters and got nothing.
Yeah, I seen that one. I
That
seen
one
that one.
hurts. After 16 points in PPR, 16 points in PPR, 11 points in PPR, goose egg.
I seen that one, and that one was really bad. But I'll do one. I'll do one better for you. George Kittle. And the reason why I got George Kittle on here is not only he didn't show up this week, I just don't think it's enough balls for him now that they got so many stars there. With Brandon Ayuk emerging as the number one guy, you still got to feed Debo Samuel, and Christian McCaffrey is obviously going to get
Yeah,
his
I
work.
never liked Hill anyway, or Kittle anyway this year. I've never been a fan of going for Kittle, so I'm not even surprised by this. But I agree. I know a lot of people did draft him.
So let's get into the Monday Night Football game really
Yeah,
quick,
we'll
which
talk that, and
is
then
really fast to go over because it just was not nothing there. The Seattle Seahawks, like you said the defense played really well. Go ahead, you want to talk about that?
yeah. So in one of our, it depends on what league format and scoring you are. One of our leagues, it was 41 points. In my ESPN, it was 27 points. We got a little more higher scoring, 2 points per sack. But man, I think it was like what was it, 11 or 12 sacks or something like that. Like holy cow! And then 2 interceptions, a touchdown. Like they just absolutely demolished Daniel Jones, the Seattle Seahawks defense did. So the only people I can talk about healthily were Seattle's defense. DK Metcalf ended up with a tutty. So if you started DK, you were happy with some of the points. It wasn't a full out showing, but they didn't need to because the defense had the number for Daniel Jones. And if you're looking at the New York Jets or Giant side, you're not looking at that side. You're trying to burn your eyes out with acid from watching how terrible that was. So
This is true, my friend. This is true. And with that being said, I don't have very much to add to that.
nope,
I don't have very much to add to that. I'm just sitting back and just like,
for
sounds
sure.
about right.
Yeah, so we should
So,
let's hop into some possible free agents here.
well, if you want to talk about free agents,
Waiver
man,
wire ads since waivers are
free
coming up.
agents, waiver wires, you guys better go out and look for Jamison Williams.
Yep.
He is back healthy. He is back about to start. And I think that he and Amon Ra are going to be a tandem that to watch for. So look out for this guy, man. Go get
Yeah.
Jamison Williams.
Someone I have is Michael Wilson, who turned up this week with 2 touchdowns, but he's been a stud rookie on his own, just on a very quiet team. He had 2 for 86 last week, 7 for 76 this week, and 2 touchdowns, getting more involved in the offense, getting more comfortable in the NFL. And I think once he starts getting reps with Kyler Murray, man, I think that's going to take off. But he's a young talent, a well-touted wide receiver, just not on a great team, but he's getting the looks, he's getting the targets, he's surpassing Rondell Moore even in an opportunity. So someone that people wouldn't think about that could be an early beat the waiver wire, or because I don't think people are going to pay attention even until next week. But someone I would just snag right now. I know I got a few claims in for Michael Wilson. So
I'm looking at Jaleel McLaughlin, man. He balled out this past weekend. He had 7 carries for 72 yards, man. And I think Javonte Williams got hurt and he's gonna be out. So they went with Jaleel McLaughlin late in the game over Samaje Perine.
now there is some news that it's iffy still with Javante, because they said his coach is like, well, he might still have a chance to play. It could just be coach speak, but if they're smart, they'd wait, right? But just something that the coach said just to be aware of. So, but I still say go for McLaughlin just in case. You gotta. I agree with you. You gotta go get him, because if Javante Williams isn't playing, that man's gonna cook. that man's gonna
This
cook.
is true.
So
This is true.
for me, another one that is I think has the opportunity and has been out there, but he's still only like 35% owned, is Romeo Doubs. He's still not very owned. I don't understand why that is. He's still getting the work. He's the guy right now. What do you have, like 9 for 95 or whatever it was? Yeah, 9 for 95. Like even as Christian Watson starts to get more acclimated, like they have the chemistry and rapport, him and Jordan Love. So, and they're going to end up throwing because they're not a great team overall. So they're going to have to throw to stay in the game. And guess who's going to be there? Dubs. Come on, people. He should be at least 70% owner, not more.
That is true. That is true. So I'm another one I'm thinking about people need to go and look at and people need to see is Tyler Boyd. Tyler Boyd, with
Hey.
the absence of T. Higgins,
Yep.
Tyler Boyd has always asserted himself. I think that he's going to be a big target for this Bengals offense as they try to turn it around. One thing we know about the Bengals, they can snap and get it going at any moment, right? They look bad, and the next thing you know, they rattling off 5 or 6 games in a
Yep.
row. So I'm looking at Tyler Boyd if I'm most people.
Yep. I'm looking at Chuba Hubbard next. So your boy that you've been touting this whole year. So because Miles Sanders is dealing with some injury, has some groin problems, not necessarily getting it done, and maybe it's because of that groin injury. Maybe he's just struggling. I don't know, but Chuba's been getting a little more work. So if you have Miles Sanders, which I do, or if you are desperate at running back, it's a good time to take a shot on him because he could have an opportunity, especially if Sanders is struggling with that groin. Maybe they start to take away some work or sit him and put Chuba in. He's about
I like it.
18% owned in a lot of leagues, so he's barely owned at all.
I like it. I like it. So, hey, Damian Harris got some work last week. Not big, but he got a little bit of work. But if I'm anybody, I'm gonna go pick up Melvin Gordon. Melvin Gordon for the Ravens had a lot more work than we expected. And one thing you know about the Ravens is they like to give a lot of these different backs chances. They don't just stick with one, they stick with a lot.
Yep. Yeah, once they get past their main guy, it's just a rotating situation. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Whoever works this week,
yeah,
right?
whoever's gonna just give us anything, we'll take it. Josh Palmer is still out there in a lot of leagues. I don't know how or why. I don't understand that, but he was 3 for 77 on 8 targets. So someone that's got rapport with Justin Herbert. So for the Chargers. So if he's available in your league still on waivers, go ahead and grab him. I know a lot of people were scared and wanted to wait and see what happened, but somebody's got to be that person. And it wasn't Quentin Johnson quite yet. I don't think he's ready quite yet. So
Well, if I'm talking about anybody, my last one is Jonnu Smith. Tight end rooms are very, very slim these days, and Jonnu Smith balled out last weekend. I'm looking at Jonnu Smith.
Yeah, yeah. And so if we are talking people that you might need to pick up if you need a bye week replacement, just one real quick. You have Sam Howell. So someone that you can use as a streamer if you need to, if you have somebody going up on bye here. So someone to keep in mind. He has been actually relatively decent throughout the season. Not overly high on touchdowns, but he's getting throwing for quite a few yards, 299 and 290 and 2 and 3 touchdowns, running a couple in. So yeah, he's doing his thing. Good streamer. Good way. Good. Maybe don't waste your waiver claim on him. Maybe just pick him up in free agent because he'll be there for you.
Stay away from all New York Football Giants players, guys. Stay away from them all.
Yep. Even Saquon, it's scary, but stay away from Saquon because he's just gonna get destroyed out there. So yeah, but those are just a few waiver wire people to pick up. Not a super heavy week, but keep an eye on some of the injury stuff because people are saying people will be out this week, but there's talks that so many more people will be playing than expected. So I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see because they say Kenny Pickett's supposed to be out, now he's gonna be back, and blah blah blah. So we'll see what goes down. But good luck with your waiver claims, everybody, because it's a dogfight out there.
And if you gotta drop anybody, drop Odell Beckham and Dalvin Cook.
Oh yeah, move on, and move along from them. You don't need them. You could probably,
Yeah,
I'd wait a couple more weeks before you drop Zach Moss, but if you really need to, go for it.
yeah,
Go
Zach
for it.
Moss.
Yep,
Yeah,
he did his thing, and now we don't know what the JT situation is going to be like.
that is true.
Yeah.
That is true.
All right, y'all. This is a shorter one today, but we appreciate you. Thank you for hanging out with us.
Hey, I'm Antoine Beeks.
I'm Jared Michelson.
Thanks for tuning in.
We appreciate
Y'all
you.
can find us legendary_sports podcast, baby.
And
Let's
now,
go.
appreciate it, man. Like, subscribe, and all the
Appreciate
good
it.
stuff. Peace.